The real reason Blizzard banned Blitzchung? Well, it's likely not what you think. Welcome guys to the Foxiest stream in all of the land. I'm your host Freya Fox, and today we're going to look at the Blizzard controversy that's happened over this past week regarding the banning of a Hearthstone professional player at a Taiwanese Masters event. So over the weekend, Blizzard officially banned a Hong Kong Hearthstone player named Blitzchung for voicing his political opinion to free Hong Kong. Basically what happened was during a live stream on the Taiwanese official Hearthstone stream on Twitch, they had a post-game interview with Blitzchung, with the casters and him talking back and forth about his victory, where Blitzchung then appeared with a gas mask on, similar to what you would see in the Hong Kong protests, and he said, 光复香港时代革命, which basically means liberate Hong Kong.
随时可以开始，头先低下来。
光复香港时代革命。
So after screaming that into the microphone, you can see the casters are ducking their heads and they're a little embarrassed by it. The producer then just instantly cut to a commercial break, and shortly after, by the time everyone woke up in America, the VOD was removed from Twitch. And then even shortly after that, maybe like a few hours or so, Blizzard officially announced that the casters had been fired and that Blitzchung would be stripped of all of his winnings, plus a 1-year ban from competing in Hearthstone. So why did they do this? Well, according to Blizzard, they're citing one of their contracts and the official competition rules, whatever this excerpt is from, but it states explicitly in Section 6.1 for the Hearthstone's Grandmaster competition rules, engaging in any act that in Blizzard's sole discretion brings you into public disrepute, offends a portion or group of the public, likely the Chinese, or otherwise damages Blizzard's image will result in removal from Grandmasters and reduction of the player's prize total to $0 in addition to other remedies which may be provided for under the handbook in Blizzard's website's terms. So basically that's fancy legal speak for don't piss off the Chinese, don't piss off anybody, but specifically don't piss off, people that we do business with. And, it's kind of vague. It could mean anything, right? You could really displease any group of the public. But I think what makes it interesting here is that Blizzard is heavily, embedded with the Chinese government and within Chinese companies. As you may or may not know, in order to do business in China, you need to be owned partially by a Chinese company, because that's just how it works there. And in order to get your games approved and published in the biggest gaming market in the world, it is imperative that you have a Chinese company support you in doing this. And that's likely why they really, struck down so hard. Had someone said, Trump 2020, or, everybody who's gay sucks, or something, just as offensive or whatever, equally offensive, if you will, they probably wouldn't have done much or done anything. But because they are here to protect their profits and their interests in China, this is probably the explicit reason for it. But there's another thing to it. There's another layer to it. Obviously profits is huge, but getting games published there is the first, obstacle that they have to overcome. And one of the things that they're trying to do right now is actually launch the brand new Call of Duty mobile game on Chinese mobile phones and inside of China. So in order to do that, they have to be able to pass the censors, get approval, and there's just a lot of hoops they have to jump through. And them having one of their pro players say something that would offend their Chinese business partner doesn't look so good on Blizzard's end, and is probably going to prevent them from launching Call of Duty and then keeping games like Diablo Mobile on the Chinese market, which is huge, by the way. In comparison to the American market, the American market has 150 million players, roughly. That's about the size of active gamers. China, on the other hand, has somewhere of close to 600 to 650 million active gamers who are playing games every single month and buying and consuming, the DLCs and all that other stuff. So accounting for that, that's freaking huge. That's more than double the size of the American market. So of course they don't want to lose their profits, right? They're not going to piss off their Chinese overlords, but the fact that they're willing to censor people for their political opinions, in my opinion, that's just disgusting. And doesn't matter what side you think is right or wrong, the fact that they've always been about, this whole freedom of expression and working for gamers, and working for the people, and now just circling back on that and doubling back, if you will, and just taking that all away, that's outrageous. That is not Foxy at all. So what do you guys think about this entire controversy? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you agree with Blizzard? Do you disagree? Do you think this is an inevitable thing that's going to happen? Let me know. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that great stuff. I'll see you next week for another episode. Until next time, stay foxy.